What if the most explosive moment of Raw wasn't in the ring but in the parking lot? If you're here for deep WWE storyline analysis, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell right now because WWE Express is about to break down exactly what went down backstage when Triple H and Adam Pearce made a decision that could reshape the entire Bloodline power structure. The Samoan Werewolf has been running absolutely wild. Jacob Fatu's meteoric rise through the Bloodline ranks has been nothing short of revolutionary television. We're talking about a talent who entered the faction as an enforcer and has systematically evolved into a main event caliber threat. His intensity, his raw presence, the way he commands space, it's been appointment viewing. But here's where the story takes a stunning turn, and it's not the kind anyone saw coming this clearly. After weeks of escalating chaos, after the brutal ambush on Roman Reigns that left the tribal chief hospitalized, after Jacob Fatu proved himself as the Bloodline's most physically dominant force, WWE's executive decision-makers finally drew a line. Triple H and Adam Pearce didn't just suspend Jacob Fatu, they arrested him. This isn't a storyline slap on the wrist. This is consequences territory. Let's unpack what actually happened backstage because the setup here is absolutely brilliant from a narrative standpoint. Jacob Fatu has been operating with near total impunity. The Bloodline protected him. Roman Reigns, even in his current state, represents enough gravitational pull that normal repercussions seem to roll off him. But there's only so much corporate management can tolerate, even in a company that thrives on chaos and unpredictability. That tolerance hit its absolute ceiling. The arrest itself signals something crucial. This isn't just about suspending a dangerous performer. This is about WWE's authority figures reasserting control over a situation that spiraled beyond acceptable bounds. Triple H, in particular, has been positioned as the voice of measured discipline. He's the guy who makes tough calls. Adam Pearce, positioned as the Raw general manager, represents the day-to-day enforcement of those decisions. Together, they're sending a message that transcends Jacob Fatu himself. They're telling the entire Bloodline, and everyone watching at home, that nobody, and I mean nobody, operates outside WWE's jurisdiction without consequences. What makes this brilliant is the timing. Jacob Fatu has been ascending. His stock has never been higher. Fans are invested in his trajectory. The Bloodline has never looked stronger or more fractured simultaneously. Roman Reigns is hospitalized, which creates a power vacuum. Zilla Fatu is integrated into the family dynamics. And Jacob Fatu positioned himself as the faction's enforcer and its rising star. Then boom, he's suspended. He's arrested. The momentum halts. Here's what this suspension actually accomplishes from a storytelling perspective. First, it proves that authority matters in WWE, even when that authority seems powerless against overwhelming force. Triple H and Adam Pearce didn't defeat Jacob Fatu in combat. They defeated him with their position and their power. That's a different kind of dominance, and it's narratively essential because it establishes that the storyline universe has rules that even the most powerful performers must respect. Second, it creates immediate intrigue around Roman Reigns' return. While Jacob Fatu is suspended, the tribal chief will eventually recover from his hospitalization. How does Roman respond to Jacob's suspension? Does he view it as validation that he was right to keep Jacob at a distance? Does he see it as a humiliation, his own enforcer being taken off television by management? Could it create tension within the Bloodline? These are questions that work themselves out over weeks of television, and that's premium storytelling real estate. Third, and this is crucial, it temporarily removes Jacob Fatu from the main event picture in a way that seems earned, that seems logical within the world of the story. When he eventually returns, his first match, his first confrontation, his first moment back will feel absolutely massive because the absence will have mattered. Suspension stories work when they're treated seriously, and WWE Express recognizes that Triple H and Adam Pearce treating this with gravity makes all the difference. The suspension also raises fascinating questions about the Bloodline's stability. Zilla Fatu, while integrated, is still the newcomer. Jacob Fatu was the enforcer keeping everyone in line through sheer physical dominance. Roman Reigns is hospitalized. The Usos carry the legacy but have their own complicated histories. And the Solo Sikoa situation is positioning as the potential power vacuum filler suddenly becomes even more relevant. With Jacob Fatu off the roster, Solo Sikoa's role as a leader within the faction intensifies. What we're witnessing is professional wrestling at its most sophisticated. The suspension of Jacob Fatu isn't just a moment. It's a narrative pivot. It's a reset button that allows WWE to explore new dynamics within the Bloodline while simultaneously proving that the institution Triple H, Adam Pearce, and the entire corporate structure maintains ultimate authority. The Samoan Werewolf tested those boundaries, pushed past them, and discovered that even creatures of chaos answer to someone. The beauty of this storyline is that it doesn't diminish Jacob Fatu's credibility. If anything, it enhances it. When you get arrested for your actions, for being too dangerous, too wild, too unpredictable, that actually makes you look harder, not weaker. It says, this performer is so threatening that management had to use the ultimate tool to neutralize him. That's a different flavor of dominance, and it's one that builds anticipation for his return rather than dampening it. So here's what we know as we move forward. Jacob Fatu is suspended. Triple H and Adam Pearce have drawn their line. The Bloodline is operating without its most physically dominant enforcer. Roman Reigns is on the road to recovery with no Jacob Fatu to distract from his return moment. And somewhere in the background of all of this, the ripple effects are just beginning to unfold. This is the kind of decision that shapes entire story arcs. This is the moment where chaos meets consequence. And if you want to stay ahead of every twist, every turn, every massive development in WWE's narrative landscape, you absolutely have to be subscribed to WWE Express. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next breakdown.